Hi and welcome to another Level Up Cartooning. Today we've got a fun one. We're drawing one of the densest, most bumbling, and flat-out funniest cartoon characters of the past decade or so, Peter Griffin from Family Guy. But rather than simply drawing him in one of his normal, rather stiff poses, I thought we would draw him in one of his epic battles against Ernie, the giant chicken. If you haven't seen any of these episodes, I recommend you do. I really can't explain why, but watching a grown man having what amounts to an MMA-style fight to the death with a giant chicken is... well, it's funny. Anyway, all you need to follow along with me is a pencil and paper. Easy peasy, right? Before we get started, make sure you hit that thumbs up and the subscribe button as it helps this channel to grow, and hit the bell so you never miss a lesson. All right, so let's draw Peter Griffin fighting Ernie the giant chicken. We're going to draw Peter Griffin fighting Ernie the giant chicken step by step, giving you the secret formula to be able to draw him, or should I say them, again and again. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know I normally use the character's head to figure out how big the entire character is. With there being two characters in this drawing, we're going to use Peter Griffin's giant head as our unit of measurement. Peter's almost exactly 2.5 heads tall in this pose. In other words, however tall Peter's head is, his entire body is 2.5 of those. It just so happens that Ernie the giant chicken is about the same height, but we will get both characters' proportions and positions mapped out using Peter's head height. Alright, so let's start with that roadmap for Peter Griffin fighting Ernie the giant chicken. So there's our roadmap for Peter Griffin punching Ernie the giant chicken. That's a sentence I never thought I would say. Now we're on to step 2. In this step, we do what I call roughing out the features. I want to remind you that until the third and final step to draw as light as possible. You'll see that I use guidelines to help me to know where to put Peter and Ernie's eyes, mouth, beak, and some of the other things. We don't want those guidelines in the final drawing. So you want to draw them light enough to be able to erase them easily. So let's rough out Peter Griffin and Ernie the giant chicken's features. Okay, so there are the roughed out features of Peter Griffin fighting Ernie the giant chicken. So now with the roadmap done and the features roughed out, it's time for the final step. In step 3, we get to have fun. We get to draw the final details of Peter and Ernie. We don't have to guess where to put things because we've already done all the hard work to figure that out. In this step, it's okay to draw darker, but don't press too hard or mindlessly retrace over the lines you've already drawn. Always draw with an eye on tweaking and improving until the very end. So let's draw in the details for Peter Griffin and Ernie the giant chicken. Alrighty, there they are. Peter Griffin and Ernie the giant chicken, locked in mortal combat. So how do you think you did? Understand, if you've never drawn Peter Griffin or Ernie the chicken before, or Peter Griffin punching Ernie, or any other giant chicken for that matter, then you cannot expect to have drawn them perfectly. You notice I don't spend time coloring them during this video because I want my lesson to focus solely on the drawing process. Now you have the secret formula, the process for drawing Peter Griffin fighting Ernie the giant chicken. With that, you can draw them again and again, and by all means color them when you're done. I promise each time you draw them, it'll be a little better and a little easier. I also promise the more you work with me, the better you're going to get at all of your cartoon characters. For those of you who want to go a little deeper, click on the link below for my free 4-part drawing series, where I spend more time explaining the details and the thinking behind each step in what I call the level up cartooning process. So I'd love to see your drawing of Peter punching Ernie. If you can, take a picture and post it on either Facebook or Instagram, and don't forget to include the hashtag #LevelUpCartooning. I hope you had as much fun with this one as I did. Remember to subscribe, and thanks for joining me. Until next time, keep drawing, my friends.